Hi, Katrina Mitchell, CEO and Chief Matchmaker, speak. I'm here with Scott Greenberg, and Scott just finished a fantastic keynote this morning for one of our favorite franchise clients. And Scott, one of the key points that you delivered that I loved was, and I'm just going to say it in my own words, birds of a feather. Birds of a feather flock together. And that was such a significant message. And afterwards, we had so many franchisees coming up to you and talking to you about that specific nugget. Would you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, I remember in high school, we all would form these little cliques. And part of what we would do is we would reinforce whatever beliefs and rumors and thoughts we have about all of the other teachers and all the other cliques. I think this happens in franchises as well. People gravitate towards other franchisees who have the same philosophy and the same feelings about their business and the same feelings about corporate. Now, if you're with high-performance franchisees, that's great. The problem is the complainers and the people who are negative and the people who are down, they also gravitate towards each other. And rather than clearing things up and keeping minds open, what they tend to do is reinforce the same negative feelings. Oh, did you hear about what corporate did this time? And it just gets worse and worse and worse. I had one franchise system where a whole block of franchisees said, we are not going to go to the franchise convention. We're going to protest the corporate office. And they held each other back and prevent themselves from having what I think would have been a great experience. So I guess what I would say to franchisees is the same thing that I would say to my kids starting high school is, be careful who you're associating with. Make sure they're people who lift you up and not people who pull you down.
Yeah, I love that. And one of the things that made that story so significant this morning is you brought in your own personal experience as a award-winning, incredibly successful edible arrangements franchisee, and your relationship and communication with your dad, I think it was?
We are guilty as charged. My dad was also a franchisee with edible arrangements, and we would work each other up. We would complain about our corporate office. Did you hear about what they did today? And scream and yell and build each other up. And then we'd go to the convention and sit down with the CEO, who was a nice guy, who was smart, and cooler heads prevail. One day we realized, wow, we need to keep ourselves in check because we're not always so good for each other.
Yeah.
So I was absolutely as guilty as the next person, but I've realized how important it is to make sure that you're with people who are keeping your head clear and keeping you enthusiastic about your business.
Choosing your friends, right? Choosing who you're listening to. That's so significant.
Yeah.
And I think it's a critical message.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure.